It's actually quite scary to think that it's just over 10 years since I was at LBH in Georgia. Some of you might have been to Georgia since, some of you might even know of LBH. It's basically a legal aid centre that is a coordinator for a whole range of social, legal and policy initiatives and advocates for legal and policy reform, as well as handling some specific cases of significance. At the time that I went over to Georgia, I'd been studying law for about 2 years, and I had never dreamed that my first legal job, full stop, would be in another country and in another language. What a great combination to start my career. I'd been to Indonesia a couple of times very briefly as a tourist before, but I had absolutely no idea what working there was going to be like. Soon enough, I was tagging along to meetings, conferences, protest marches, picket line at a factory, translating correspondence at the centre, and trying to answer many questions about how the same issue were being dealt with in a completely different world in Australia. When setting out on the internship, I had absolutely no idea whether any of my basic university Indonesian would be up to scratch. But as many of us will probably know, nothing beats immersion. The confidence that grew throughout that internship was incredible and absolutely invaluable for my Indonesian studies when I returned. It was just the most awesome experience to be living somewhere so far removed from any of my life in Melbourne. We constantly saw the most random things everywhere on the street, and there were so many of what we call Georgia moments. Fast forward a couple of years after that, I was applying for legal jobs in Melbourne. I knew that the internship looked pretty good on the CV, but I didn't think that 6 weeks of following someone around in a different country in a different language would be any real help in the big city here. I recall one specific example of being on the train to an interview and reading the letter that I'd written to this firm, thinking, geez, how the hell did I get an interview with this crap application letter? Halfway through the interview, they start talking about Southeast Asia, and I knew exactly why I was there. I have absolutely no doubt that this internship has opened some doors throughout my career today, and it's been absolutely invaluable for that. Strangely enough, I'm now a lawyer in a city firm working in a completely different field. I work for doctors, hospitals, doing personal injury claims, disciplinary matters, and that sort of thing. You could say that I'm on completely the other side of the fence from a legal aid environment, and working mostly just in Victoria rather than overseas. But if I think about it and look back, there's actually a lot of parallels. My work now involves people rather than just companies and profits. It involves fairness, empathy, and you have to deliver both good and bad news. You never know what the next thing to come across the desk might be, and in both jobs there are certainly some really good assure you. When Jack asked me to speak tonight, he asked me to try and give a couple of tips for anyone out there who might be just graduating or about to graduate. Now, everyone here will have had a different experience, but a couple of things came to mind that I'd like to mention. The first thing is, your internship will have given you absolutely unique experiences and skills. Don't be afraid to talk about it. Applications for jobs, interviews, whatever it might be. Think about what you did, how you felt, and how those experiences might be relevant to your life back here. You might well be surprised. If it inspired a passion for something, be it travel, language, or anything else that you hadn't considered at the time when you started out at uni or anything else, embrace it. Think about how your internship might give you an advantage in whatever field you might be interested in. Don't be afraid to try it. Congratulations on going out on a limb, doing something that you won't forget, has provided you with skills that will help you with whatever you're doing and what you will do in the future, has inspired you, and hopefully, like me, was an absolute blast.